When African blackwood meets fire. In this project I'm going to try and turn a active volcano mountain with lava and everything. So I'm using a piece of African blackwood. I cut a ring that you will see what I do with it later. Here I'm just cutting, I think it's an apple, and I'm going to use it as a mold. And the piece, what's left from the other piece, I just cut in small pieces, and I'm going to glue them on the mold, on the dummy in the middle. And I'm trying to do a wave of running lava through. So that's the gaps over there. That's the idea, to do a lava mountain using African blackwood. If you see if you look properly at the wood, you'll see it's got a lot of holes and waves. That's the nature of the African blackwood, and it's got some sap in the middle also. So we'll have to work around that, and I'll glue it around, and then I'm going to put it in resin, and you'll see just now the resin that I'm going to use. I'm going to use orange and orange pull, and then I'm going to use red and red pull. And I want to tell you something. What I found out lately on project that I done is that if I pour the resin from height, it creates the swivels in the resin when it hits the other resin. It doesn't look like that now, but after I start machining it, you will see. I hope this one will do it here also, because the previous one it worked, and then one before that it worked. So I think that I maybe master it. So for all the people that doing it and they want to have the swivel of the resin in, try it. Height, try it. Let's see what's happened. Let's see what happened with you. Pressure pot, and then a day later out. And I'm using a very cheap piece of plastic, piece of container, because as cheaper it is, it's cheaper plastic they're using, so nothing gets sticks to it, and didn't get stick to it also. Now, one thing that I have a problem with is that the other piece of wood that I thought that I'm going to do on the center as a tenon was not the center, so I found center and I made a new tenon, and I'm going to turn it around and hold it this way. Now, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the bell button so you know that I'm putting a new video on, and put remarks, good one, bad ones. Remarks is good. Now, I'm going to cut the resin until I start getting, and I see the black African wood, and from there I'll start design it. Slowly I'll design it. That will be the base of the mountain, and the other side is going to be the top of the mountain. And I'm still thinking what will be my design. Like you saw in some of my other projects, I'm using the leftover. Wow, look at this, the flame. Did you see the flames? Wow. I'll stop it here again just now, and I'll try to show you the flames. They came out really nice. So I'm saying all the leftovers, all the shavings and everything, I keep them aside, most of them, and I'm using them in different projects. So they replace volume in other projects. Look at that. Look at the flames on this one. Wow. I'm trying to make it looks like a mountain, but also I need to think of making it as a vase or a box, so it will be useful and usable. Small hole in the back. Then I'm going to drill another smaller one for my logo, and that will be the base. Of course, here what I'm doing is I'm turning it around and I'm putting a dovetail. So this one will be at a recess, so I can hold it on this recess. My 3-4 lines for decoration. I'm going on my, here I'm going all the way to 600, and after that I'm going to put a Yorkshire grid, and when I finish with the Yorkshire grid I'm going to put Hampshire sheen, the original, not the shiny one, the original, and I'll see how it reacts with the black African wood. No, I was not happy. Wasn't enough, so I moved also into water, sandpaper pads, the water one. Look at the flames. I'm happy. Yorkshire grid, and after that, of course, Hampshire sheen. The pads that I'm using, it's pads from Wonder Waves. I think it's from Woodturners Wonders, and you will see in the second stage what I'm doing with that, because black African wood, it's difficult to work with, and the most difficult is the dust when you sandpaper. I've got a helmet with built-in ventilation, and still I'm full with dust in my nose everywhere. So I tried something new. You will see later, and tell me what you think. Removing this piece was very easy with black line parting tool, and now I'm going to drill with quite a big drill. I'm very honest. I managed to get one. It was very interesting to get one, but I managed 75 millimeters. Like usually, I turn it around and I clean it up. It helps me to clean it up easier, and then I need to just clean up on this side. Now you remember this piece of disc that I cut from the black African wood? Here it is, and from this one I'm going to do the lid. So actually I started cutting a lid, and I built the vase or the box according to the lid. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to use a router, and I'm going to do some grooves, freehand grooves that will look like running lava. As you saw over there, I marked it. I made some holes all the way almost to the bottom, and again mix the same colors that I had in the box. I'm going to mix it again here. Watch this jig that I made myself. Not this one. This is a normal drill. I made a wine X, I think, that I bought from Amazon, a small one, and I made a plate that sits inside the tool rest. And with this one you can be so accurate. You just move few millis, and with this one I made it straight, the edge, and then I made the cut in for the lid. And now the same size, I'm going to cut in the lid himself, and you will see how it looks like. You can see what I was talking about. Look at the dust that this black African wood is making. Now this one fits in perfectly. It's got a little bit of a tight, and I've done it on purpose so it will hold. And now I can machine it so it will sit flush with the box or with a vase or whatever we call it. When I mixed the colors for the box, I had some color, some resin left, and like I do all the time, I put them in a cup. I mix them in the cup. You remember I told you about the Wondershare? Here they are, the Wonder Wave. What I do is I'm using them as I do with the pads, and I'm putting them in water. And I tried this way to eliminate the dust, and it did eliminate the dust. So thank you for Woodturners Wonders for the Wonder Waves. By the way, it's not sponsored. I paid for them. It's mine. I'm using them for a long time. But the only problem I found with them, because I'm putting them in water, is that you can do it only once and they clog. When you don't do it with water and you do it with dry, it doesn't clog. That's what left, the pen that's left from the wrong calculation, of course, my mistake, but I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to use it as my handle, my knob to remove the lid. I'm going to make it, I'll try to make it looks like the explosion in the middle of the volcano. If you thought that I forgot to sandpaper inside, I did not. I just waited for the end to see if I don't have to do any changes. Of course, inside I just put the Yorkshire grid. I didn't add the how you call it. I didn't add the Hampshire shin. And now I'm going to do the finish. First of all, the lid, then a little bit of super glue and the knob, and after that I'll put my logo. And I really hope that you like this one, and I hope you think that it looks like a volcanic. Look at that now, like a volcanic box, volcanic vase, and it's. I think the swivel looks nice. So, if you did, don't forget to subscribe, like, press the bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Yeah, don't forget to put some comments.